Blood 16 along the way. Finally, we have reached the place where there's people. It was long to hear, it was painful to hear, it was harsh to hear. Finally, I can take a rest. The way to here was really steep. Just when I thought that I finally reached the proper road after walking the roadless forest endlessly and going through the meadows where the grass is higher than a human's height, I have to increase the pace. I seriously thought that I might die of overwork at this age. If Shiraori didn't make me learn the skill called Magic Combat Act in the forest, I might not be able to reach here. The Magic Combat Act that consumes MP to strengthen the physical strength. Shiraori made me learn it forcibly. In the morning, just when I thought that she suddenly held my hand, she manipulates my magical power arbitrarily and activates the Magic Combat Act. Maintain it like that. Because the Magic Combat Act was almost cancelled immediately, when she separates her hand, I had a hard fight to maintain it as I'm told. As a result, I was able to acquire the Magic Combat Act skill. Thanks to that, the movement along the way became easier to some extent. However, because the Magic Combat Act consumes NP, I can't use it continuously, and because the pace was raised when I used the Magic Combat Act, I don't feel that it became too easy. Nevertheless, I wonder how high is their skill level of the magic manipulation to be able to manipulate other people's magical power. At least, because I can't manipulate other people's magical power, it's certain that her skill level is higher than me. Although it's impossible by all means, her skill level has not reached max level, right? Certainly not. Well, kinda? At the meadows, I have to advance while pushing through the tall grass that has grown thick around with my hands. Although I thought that why there's no route that's a little more proper. We move through the trackless path in the forest, and we might be advancing the places where the people don't come. Power is considerably needed to push my way through the grass, and I acquired the skill Powerful before I knew it. Moreover, because I touched the hard grass barehanded, everywhere was cut, and the automatic HP recovery recovered it repeatedly. Thanks to that, I acquired the skills called Life and Sturdy, and the skill level of automatic HP recovery rose too, and, as usual, the meal is poisoned. Furthermore, the strength of the poison strengthens every day. The only relief is that the ingredients are normal, and although it's terribly bitter, it's possible to eat it. When I ate the poison menu several times, I received a title called Gross Feeder. It seems that the title can be acquired by taking a specific action. I hear there's no loss to take it because skills can be received for free, and there's lots of titles that have special effects. But something like Gross Feeder, the sound is bad. Fucking Shiro had pretty much the same response. The skills received by Gross Feeder are Poison Resistance and Corrosion Resistance. The Poison Resistance was unified with the Abnormal Condition Resistance that I had originally. According to Shiraori, the important one seems to be Corrosion Resistance. Even though she's always taciturn, she talked about the fear of corrosion attribute considerably talkative this time. I'm told that it's the attribute that rules death, and when a person receives the attack endowed with that attribute, the body seems to become dust and disappears. Moreover, it's still a dangerous attribute that if the attacking side doesn't have the resistance, it will even cause damage to the attacking side. Because the power is too high, and it's an attribute that the resistance can't be raised easily, the Gross Feeder title gives the resistance is valuable. By the way, it seems that the effect of the Gross Feeder title just make the person harder to have an upset stomach. It's plainly effective. As a matter of course, Marizophis, who had ate the same meal as me, also received the Gross Feeder title. Because Marizophis is taking the same actions as me, it seems that his skill rose as much as me. However, because Marizophis, who's an adult, has the composure unlike me, who's a baby, it seems that his rising way is more lenient than me. Marizophis drinks that red liquid passed by Shiraori whenever taking a meal. The contents are the blood of the elves. Shiraori ate at the first day. Let's stop it. Any further than this makes me feel sick. Anyway, Marizophis must take the blood regularly, unlike me. It seems that anything is fine, even if it's blood. If it's blood. Right. That's why Ariel-san proposed that when the blood of the elves is finished, we should just hunt a monster suitably and drink the blood. But after all, there seems to be a resistance in drinking blood from Marizophis, and it won't be finished because he only drank it little by little. However, because the amount of blood drunk was little, Marizophis turned paler day by day. Even if I asked him, he only said, "I'm alright." But it was obvious that he's weakening. Having said that, I can't force him to drink blood. I, who don't need to drink blood, even though I'm the same vampire, have only drank Marizophis' blood. I don't think that I want to drink. Even if such me told him to drink, it's not persuasive. Although I might have the right to say it if I tasted the same suffering, that means I must also drink blood. I don't have the resolution. That's why it's a godsend that we reach the town before Merzofus really falls. Incidentally, I was made to run after getting out to the highway. Of course, it's only limited when there's no people. I acquired the dash skill. The skill level of the Magic Combat Act rose, and because I kept using Magic Combat Act, the skill level of Magic Perception and Magic Manipulation rose, and the Magic Amount, MP Consumption down, and MP Recovery Speed skills are newly acquired. After coming this far, as expected, Shiraori's aim comes into view. I think that Shiraori was trying to increase my skills, although I don't know what for. Is it to increase the means of self-defense? Then I must express my gratitude. Although I don't, when thinking of the painful way to here, I can't do such a thing obediently. For the time being, now that the journey like hell is done, there's one thing I want to say. Let me rest at ease for today. That's a good chapter. That's a fun chapter. It's my second time reading it because the first one messed up, but it is a good chapter.